Carti just dropped the second music video of the rollout for the brand new project, and you already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna re-edit this music video.
And no, I can't be canceled cause you feel some tight way. Woman in the leg, handle it. I'ma keep killing these hoes, I'm fucking on my man.
So we have the full music video here inside of Premiere Pro, and to get started, what we're gonna do is we're gonna right click over to Scene Edit Detection. We're gonna make sure we have these two options checked. It's gonna apply a cut at each point, and then it's gonna create a bin of all the cuts it creates. And then we're gonna hit Analyze. Now that we have all the clips here, you guys can see that they're in a folder just like this. Now we're gonna find the point of the song that we wanna edit to. I'm looking for around like 10 to 15 seconds. I'm gonna go with this part right here. But to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to go into this folder here, and we're going to look for clips that we want to use to start the video. So I love the shot of his chain here. We're going to bring that in. All we're doing is double clicking on them, and then we're just going to drag on the video layer. Because if you drag on the entire video, it's going to put the audio in there, which we don't want. So we're just going to drag on the video. That's a fire scene right there. So you guys get the point. What I'm doing is I'm basically just taking clips from inside of the music video, bringing them in, cutting them to the beat. I'm going to go through and do this super quick, and then we can hop right back into adding effects, color, and a lot more. Alright guys, this is what I have so far. I decided to use a different part of the song because I thought it flowed a lot better with the beat. So this is what I got.
And no, I can't be canceled cause you feel some tight way. Woman in the leg, handle it. I'ma keep killing these hoes, I'm fucking on my man.
I think that's pretty fire so far. To spice this up, what we're going to do is we're going to try some unique effects. For these scenes here, what I'm going to try and do is take different parts. But what we're going to do is we're going to go into effect controls, scale it down, play with the motion, put it over here, go into effects, and we're going to put on a crop. And we're just going to make it into a square box like that. And then we can put it somewhere like right here. And we can do this with a few more clips here. All right, now that we've got both of these here, we're going to right click on them and go ahead and nest them by right clicking, hit nest, hit OK. And we're going to go into the nested sequence here. And this is where it gets kind of cool. We're going to go ahead and use my CRT Textures pack for this. If I go ahead and open it up here, I'm going to drag and drop the blue texture screen on top of this, press Control C, and then Control Alt V to match the opacity and on top of it. Then we're going to go onto the texture and change the mode to overlay. And then we're just going to have to scale it down so it fits inside. We go back into this sequence. You guys can see it has that CRT effect on it. Then we're going to do the exact same thing on this one right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into effects here, go into my presets, and I'm going to use preset from my Fastmov Effects bundle. I'm going to go into shakes and extras, and we're going to drag and drop constant brightness flickering on these. Now that looks pretty decent so far, but to make it look even better, we're going to go and drag that blue screen CRT texture on the entire thing now. And since it's super large, we're going to go down and scale it just like this. We're going to throw it on overlay. Then we're going to go on our video clip here, go over to effects, and then inside of my Opium Looks pack, we're going to go and throw on camcorder here. Now it looks pretty fire there, guys. You guys could also drag and drop camcorder on these as well if you'd like, but I think it makes it look a little bit too distorted. Let's try it on the inside of the layers. That looks pretty gas there, guys. Now we have the one effect down, and I completely forgot to color grade this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that now. We go into our project here, right click, create a new item, create an adjustment layer. We're going to drag and drop it above everything. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go into Lumetri color. We're going to go into creative, under look, hit none, and then click browse. And we're going to color this with my ultimate LUT pack. Inside of here, we have 1 through 282 different LUTs, and then 7 additional film LUTs. If you guys want to grab this, it's linked below. You will literally never run out of LUTs. I spent so much time making it. Let's go with a completely random LUT. We're going to go with 114. Now, you guys might think it's a little bit too much right now, but we're going to go ahead and play with it and get it to our liking. We're going to bring the contrast all the way down on it. Let's turn the blues up just so we have more of a blue look with this. We add a little bit more green. Go and turn the shadows up, the whites up, and then the blacks down a little bit. Now, I think that's a pretty unique look there, guys, if we go ahead and turn it on and off. You guys might think it's a little bit blue, but once I add the stuff that I'm going to add to it, it's going to make it look super fire. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add a grain from my film look pack, and we're going to scale that down since it is 4K and this is a 1080p timeline. We're going to set that to overlay. So boom, we already have this super nice grain on the video. If you guys even want more of a grainier look, you can duplicate that a couple times. Now this already has a crazy look, guys. I love the way this looks right now. I'm going to show you guys a couple tricks after to make it look even better using some of my favorite presets and plugins. So on this chain scene here, I'm going to drag and drop the glitch preset from my Opium Looks on here. You guys can see that makes it look so fire. All right, now it looks so fire, guys. To add a little bit more sauce to this, we're going to go ahead and add some film burns and some film overlays. I'm going to go into my leaders and scratches, and this is a Scene Marker's best overlays. I did not make these myself, but I love to use them. I'm going to drag a bunch of these in here. Now, guys, that looks insane. I love the way that looks. We're going to go on it now. We're going to scroll in, click on it, go to audio gain, set this to -10, I think, because we do want the sound design. We're going to add that in after. And I think these are 4K, so yep, hell yeah, we could zoom out. I kind of like it zoomed in, to be honest with you guys. And if you guys do want to add a little bit more of a cool look to it, you could set them on screen, set them on overlay, maybe lighten, play with a bunch of different looks here. And what I love to do as well with these when I use them is go into Lumetri Color and just play with the temperature and tints. And then you can play with the exposure as well and just get everything to your liking. So we're going to go ahead throughout this video and just apply some of these on here. And for these ones, I just like putting them up here in the corner. And then I'm going to use this exact same one again, but there's a little trick for this. I'm going to go ahead and reverse the speed and duration on it. And we'll also reuse this stamp as well here. But I'm going to put it like right here like that. Now I'm going to drag and drop the rest of these alpha transitions in here, and let's see how they're looking. And then for this scene right here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the audio, we're going to go into effects, and we're going to throw on a low pass. You guys can see the audio disappears there. Let's right click on these and apply a constant power, which is going to make it basically just transition to that audio going down. Low pass just basically makes it sound like it's underwater. And then we're going to go into sound effects here. We're going to search my computer for some sound effects. Let's just do like glitch, see what shows up. Boom. We'll use that. Sorry, that is very annoying, guys. And then we'll use choose that one there too as well. We're basically just going to cut them down to when they come in here, put them right where the transition starts. And then these are obviously going to have the audio come down, especially the loud one. So let's bring it to -15 and see how that sounds. And I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate these transitions throughout the video. And a trick, since they are 4K, to make it look a little bit different, you could like move them to the side and shit like this. And then we're going to take that circle one again, bring it right here. You can also do as well is cut them in half and only use half of them. I do that sometimes in my videos. You guys can see that looks super fire there, especially when you cut fast. And then if you do use it again, like I said earlier, literally just move it around. All right, now I think that looks pretty cool so far. Now we're going to go ahead and add my Fastmov Effects to make this even spicier. I like this effect, but I feel like it really doesn't blend with the rest of the video, but we're just going to keep it in. I feel like I should do it somewhere else. Maybe I just remove. I think that looks better when it's not on the entire thing. And let's add one of these transitions here, because I think this really needs that. Let's go with this one right here. We're just going to move it just so it's not covering CARTI'S face. I want his face to be inside of the circle that this is creating here. Boom. All right, fire. We're going to go ahead and add some Fastmov Effects, which is my favorite part to do for these edits. To create a new adjustment layer, drag and drop it in. And then we're going to open up my Fastmov Effects bundle. If you guys want to check this out, it's linked below, but I want to show you how it works first. So we're going to open up Fastmov Effects bundle. If we open it up, we have the V1, the V2, and the V3. Inside of the V1, there's a bunch of presets. Inside of the V2, there's a bunch more presets, but then inside of the V3, man, whew, I went in, we have a shit ton of presets here. I'm mainly going to be using the V3 for this because it is my best one. I spent so much time on it, but the V1 and the V2 have completely different presets, which I also recommend checking out as well. And I sell them in a bundle as well for a way cheaper price. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and do that. Now, besides each one, it says the amount of frames that it needs to be. And what this basically means is when you have your adjustment layer, you can use your arrow keys and count the amount of frames. So let's say the soft hit with flash, it says 4 to 6 frames. We're going to count 6 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to cut it. And we're going to duplicate a couple of these just because we're going to be doing it a few times. And we're going to put it in between our clip transitioning just like this. And let's drag and drop that soft hit with flash in here. You guys can see, boom, super clean transition just like that. We're going to duplicate that and have it come out from there as well. You guys can also add these behind the transitions. I think it adds a lot more of oomph to them. So I really like this soft hit with flash. So I'm going to go ahead and add it behind each one of these film burn transitions. Maybe not the ones that have just the single cutouts, for all the ones that actually have transitions. You guys could see just how gas that is paired with it. We turn these effects off, the film burns and the hits, and then turn them on. You guys can see it just adds so much more momentum to it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a couple more of these throughout. Now, this clip here, transitioning to Carti smoking a cigarette, is like literally just the hero shot of the video. So I really think this needs a really good transition. We're going to go into the wipes here. I'm going to do the fast wipe up with flash. Let's see how this looks. That looks all right there. Let's try the hard wipe with flash. That looks fire. And let's drag and drop that exact one over here as well. And why not use it over here as well? And let's drag and drop these burns. I don't really like the way that this one looks here. So like I said, guys, you guys can go into lumetri color and completely change it to your liking. You can switch the colors of it. Now let's see what we got so far, guys. I think the important thing to tackle now is the sound design. We're going to drag and drop my tinytapes, whooshes, and risers pack in here. I use this for every single one of my music videos. I'm going to go ahead and move my timeline around a little bit. I think when it goes to the shot, if I'm smoking the cigarette, we should definitely have the riser. And you got to pair the riser with the whoosh. If you guys have been watching my channel, know this. We're going to go and put on whoosh 18, which is my favorite one here. And we're going to add a whoosh for in between each one of these transitions here. And of course, I think we're going to have to go ahead and turn them down a little bit because they are a little bit loud. Let's do -6 on it. And for the faster ones, let's go into some fast whooshes. Let's try that one there. Let's bring it below everything. I like this one because it kind of has a little bit of a riser to it before the clip hits. Let's put that there. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm literally just going to spam this one whoosh here because it's my favorite. Let's use this one here as well because I feel like this one is fire too. This one definitely needs a heavy hitter. And let's add the riser back in here and put this whoosh with it. Go and spread a few more of these. And let's play this through and see what it sounds like. I think that looks gas. We could maybe turn the sound design down a little bit. Go ahead and turn them down like -5. All right, now I'm going to put you guys on to my secret sauce. We're going to hit I, go to the very end of the video. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn off the grain here. We're going to render it just with everything we have except the grain, except the border. And we're going to call this to dehancer. Make sure you guys render this as a QuickTime, and we're going to render it as high quality. And we're going to hit export here. We're going to drag and drop that 2D dehancer back in. We're going to copy all of these, paste them in there, turn them back on. Boom, you guys can see we have the exact same look. But the reason why we did this is because we're going to apply dehancer to the entire video. I just think it looks a lot cleaner if you do it this way, in my opinion. The halation looks way nicer, especially if you do it on clips like this. So we're going to drag and drop Dehancer Pro on here. If you guys want to check this out in the description, I'll have it linked below. You guys can save some money on it using my code. Now we're going to go and turn off the film and just go through each one. And if one is on, turn it off. Print, we do not want the print. We do not want the film grain. We have our own film grain. Now the ones we want to turn on is halation and bloom. We're going to keep those ones open, but everything else, we're just going to open them and see if they're on and then turn them off. Auto zoom off, color, output. I think we're good. So anyways, I don't know if you guys saw what this did, but if we make this full screen, we turn the bloom on and off, it adds an extra little bit of glow to him. And then with the halation, it adds those red accents / borders. Let me see if I can find a better scene. I think this chain will be good for the halation. You guys see the halation on these a lot. So we're going to go ahead and turn the halation up here. I'm just going to go into local diffusion, change that to 22, global 22. See how this looks. I think that's fire. And then inside of the bloom, we're going to amplify that to 100 and see how that looks. Might be a little bit too much. Let's go and bring that amplify down to like 70 and we'll turn it on and off just to see. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think we snapped on this shit, guys. If you guys like this video, leave a like and subscribe because I'm going to be making a lot more content like this. If you want to grab any of the editing packs below, I highly recommend checking them out.